Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the cryptocurrency market today as Bitcoin's daily candle has opened at 49,700 for a second time, and that's not a coincidence. It's the exact level we've been talking about for those tuned into the Snipers channel for the last 90 days, and we have yet to see new lows after we came to test 46,000 US dollars, and we have a lot of puzzle pieces heading into the weekend where we see the most amount of manipulation in the cryptocurrency markets that I want to talk to you guys about, because notice here how when we came to test that $46,000 level, within 30 minutes, we were back above 50,000 US dollars. And when we look at what's happening to the total cryptocurrency market cap chart, we're seeing exactly what we want to see. And that's a extremely bullish retest of this 50-period moving average back above the monthly open and the previous weekly open. And now we're starting to see positive momentum for some altcoins, including Ethereum, as our thesis for those tuned into the Snipers channel once again over the last 90 days has been Ethereum is going to be the better asset for 2021. And you can see we're seeing continued new all-time highs heading towards our Ethereum to Bitcoin target of 86,000 Satoshis, with about a 5% run to that major resistance until we start to potentially see bears fight the bulls. And then check out what's happening here to the DXY, another very positive puzzle piece as we head into the weekend, with the DXY failing to close this daily candle at this 100-period moving average, and more importantly, failing to close the weekly candle at this 20-week moving average, which we all know is home base. So now that we have broken home base and we've closed this full weekly candle below home base, heading into the weekend, we're going to see a lot of manipulation in the cryptocurrency markets. The question is, will it be to the upside or the downside? I have a lot to cover for all of you today. You guys are watching the Snipers channel. My name is Naeem Al-Abeidi. Remember to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And here's another puzzle piece before we get into Bitcoin's analysis. The S&P 500 on the 4-hour chart. Notice how we're back here at this previous weekly open. We saw an extremely bullish close to the week. And notice how with Bitcoin, we also have this previous weekly open here at 56,600. Is Bitcoin going to run up to the previous weekly open during the weekend and mimic the S&P 500 as it has been correlating with over the last few months? I'll talk to you about that in just a second. Let's just dive into this Bitcoin analysis. Once again, when we look at this daily chart, first we want to look at the volume. Notice here how when we first came down to test 49,700, which by the way is the daily open for yesterday's candle and today's candle, which isn't a coincidence. We know our numbers here on the Snipers channel for those that are subscribed to our channel. And when we came down to test 46,000, within 30 minutes, we were brought right back above that 50,000 US dollar level with extreme buy pressure coming in, way and above any of the sell pressure that brought Bitcoin down to 46,000. And so that's an extremely positive sign. We've yet to form any new lows since this push to the downside, and we've maintained ourselves at this $49,700 level. And we all know when you reach a destination and you start to have a cup of coffee at that destination, that typically means that at some point or another, you're going to continue into the direction that you want to go. And the confirmation of which direction is going to be a 4-hour candle close above 49,700 or below 49,700. So far, we've only seen full candles close above 49,700, which is extremely positive. And now we're just seeing a garden variety retest of the major level after closing a full candle above. But keep in mind, we've yet to close any full 4-hour candles below 49,700. And so this is a very simple play in my playbook, and that is that we have an extremely nice risk to reward ratio here where Bitcoin has the potential to come to this previous weekly open at 56,600, and that's going to mimic the market structure of the S&P 500. We have that $44,800 level as a very important support level, but really if we see 4-hour candles close below 49,700, that would be the stop loss. But keep in mind that if we come up to this previous weekly open during the weekend, that not only could we potentially get to 56,600, but we could also get to the monthly and weekly open at 58,300. And remember, the path of least resistance is always sideways to a little bit higher. And so for us to have this garden variety market retest of an important level at 49,700 and continue back above this 100 period moving average, and that's sitting at 53,700, would be the first confirmation that we could potentially be seeing a rescue operation with the Bitcoin price. And we know the weekend is the most manipulated, so we want to monitor this chart. And then tomorrow I'll cover how futures markets close, because we'll look at the Bitcoin futures chart tomorrow and talk about any gaps. But for now, the print's extremely bullish, and I'll talk about some other puzzle pieces, and I'm just being the umpire, giving you a neutral perspective, as I always do. But notice here, Ethereum to Bitcoin, new all-time highs with the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. The Ethereum US dollar chart is struggling to see new highs because, of course, Bitcoin has come down quite a bit, but of course, Ethereum is still the stronger asset. If we start to see continued upside here for the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, I expect about 6% upside potential right now for Ethereum until we'll start to see resistance. So expect Ethereum to move around in the high 3,000s into the mid $4,000 levels over the weekend. I think that's very possible. We know it's an extremely volatile asset, and we have a huge channel here from 65,000 Satoshis to 85,000 Satoshis. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens when we reach 85,000 Satoshis. But we look at Cardano, we're still seeing extremely bullish price action, even more than Ethereum. And notice how this is an earlier breakout than Ethereum, because we came here, we broke out this previous top, and now we're starting to see extremely positive momentum for Cardano. And it is very similar to what Ethereum did when it first tested this level, broke out, and went straight into price discovery. And so we have all of this potential here that Cardano has yet to move through, that I potentially could assume that we're going to see the $2 Cardano potentially head towards even the $3 level. And that would be a huge deal for Cardano. We know altcoins are still doing extremely well. Another great puzzle piece to end the weekend, or head into the weekend, is this bullish retest of the 50-period moving average on the daily chart. I think that's extremely positive here. And the fact that we're above the previous and monthly open right now is very good. If we come below $2.15 trillion in market cap is when I would have concerns. And then others dominance still showing a lot of strength above this ascending support level, and Bitcoin dominance still showing weakness, still heading towards our target of 35% dominance, heading already below 40% dominance. Man, this has been such a fast move. We predicted the top of this Bitcoin dominance, for those that was tuned into the channel, in late December, and then ever since then it's been a very strong push to the downside, with altcoins seeing major gains, and that's an extremely positive thing. For those in our Discord, you know we love altcoins and trading them. And here's some very cool puzzle pieces to keep in mind and take home with you as we wrap up this video with traditional markets. The DXY allowing us to have some breathing room during the weekend with a failure of recapturing this 100 period moving average. That is bearish. The print's looking bearish. It looks like we could potentially see a breakdown of the US dollar value, which would be positive for assets. But if we see extreme volatility with the DXY coming to the downside, that wouldn't be positive for assets. So there's a very sensitive relationship when it comes to the correlation between the DXY and assets. But for the most part, they have opposite correlations, right? When the dollar strengthens, asset prices come down. When the dollar weakens, asset prices come up. And so we're going to monitor this, but we've been waiting all week to see if this weekly candle was going to be able to recapture this 20-week moving average, and the bulls have obviously failed this week. And so let's keep that puzzle piece in mind. The S&P 500 doing exactly what we want to see heading into the weekend if we want to assume upside for the cryptocurrency markets, with an extremely bullish retest of this 50-period moving average, just like the total cryptocurrency market cap chart. Now the question is, are we going to be able to get back above 4181.50 on the S&P 500 E-mini futures contract? Because now that we are below this major level, it is a resistance. And so expect bears to give the bulls a hard time to get above this as we open into next week. So Sunday's video is going to be extremely important as we see futures markets reopen. And so let's continue to monitor this chart. But for now, we've reached the destination, it seems like, and that was the previous weekly open. And if Bitcoin were to mimic that market structure, that assumes Bitcoin goes to 56,600. And once again, the downside confirmation will only come with a full 4-hour candle below 49,700. Until that happens, we're just having a cup of coffee, and at some point or another, it's going to choose a direction. And the puzzle pieces are leading me to assume that we're going to see upside. So that's just some food for thought. Let's quickly look at this gold chart. Notice how we're closing the week with new highs coming towards this 200-day moving average. Just some food for thought because we are above home base now at the 20-week moving average. Gold could be coming back to a reversal, breaking back towards the $2,000 level if it breaches this channel resistance next week. But more importantly, this gold to Bitcoin chart, when we invert it, notice how we did see the full retest here of this 100 period moving average now, and it looks like the direction it wants to go is further down. That's going to be a huge confirmation next week for us to potentially even say that Bitcoin has seen the highest US dollar price in the short term, because this is a potential top confirmation. Let's just monitor it. This doesn't really worry me just yet because we have yet to cross through this 20-week moving average. If we get below it is when I would be concerned. And so we're at a very critical point with this chart. We'll monitor it into next week, as always, for those tuned into the Snipers channel. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys watching our videos. We want to give back to each and every one of you guys. So if you want to win one of my favorite books on value investing, Principles by Ray Dalio, comment below and share this video. You'll have a chance to win. And I'll also pick a winner from our Twitter. For those not following us on Twitter or Instagram, the link is also in the description below. We're going to be posting a lot of fundamentals on our social media. And then, of course, our Discord is for technical analysis, but they're equally as important. So if you guys want to stay up to date to important fundamentals that I believe need to be heard, then follow our social media. Let's just pick somebody here. Jiggy Jacks responded to our tweet. Send me a message on Instagram. The link is also in the description below. And we'll also pick a comment here. Let's see. Heather says, appreciate all your content, not panicky emergency videos. You want a book? Send me a message on Instagram. The link is in the description below. And with that being said, very exciting place for Bitcoin to be right now at 49,700, exactly as we've been predicting here on the Snipers channel. And if I haven't already drilled this into you, I want to say it one more time. I appreciate each and every one of you snipers. Thank you all for tuning in today. And until next time, I'll see you on the weekend. Snipers out.